Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you? I'm going to go ahead and get started in just a minute here. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the pump-up music. I don't always get that at all my events in the morning, but it's good, and I appreciate the vibe. And it is just such a pleasure to be here this morning at the Alliance for Community Empowerment, with the Alliance for Community Empowerment, wonderful partners. And so let's just start by thanking and acknowledging our host this morning. Thank you so much for having us. I want to say a special shout out to the team here at ACE that helped to organize this. We so appreciate you. Of course, a woman I'll talk about in just a few moments here. You're the visionary founder and leader, Michelle Fuentes-Miranda. Let's give her a big round of applause as well. Her sidekick or partner, I don't know how you want to describe it, but Lionel, thank you for all you do as well. And then especially to the young people, the staff and the young people who are part of this extraordinary transformative organization and make up the heart and soul of lifting up this community. Let's give a big round of applause for all of them. Thank you so much for what you do. So I think I've met most of you, but for those that I haven't, my name is Jesse Gabriel. I've had the extraordinary privilege of serving this community, representing this community for just about 3 years here, the West San Fernando Valley. So I'm sort of the new guy to politics in the Valley. And I really, ACE came onto my radar very early in my term in office and really stood out among community organizations that were doing a lot to empower the community, to transform the community. And so when I had the opportunity early this year to think about what parts of this community, what organizations I wanted to fight for money in the state budget, ACE was at the very top of the list. I think you may have been the first or second organization that we talked about. This organization has really stood out to us from the beginning in our office. Part of that is because the extraordinary people that are involved in this organization. I had the great privilege of honoring Michelle as my Woman of the Year for the first person I was able to honor about 2 years ago. And so you got to come up to the Capitol, and we had a fun day running around and meeting the first partner and getting to honor you on the floor of the legislature. And I've just been so impressed by your passion and your vision and your extraordinary commitment to serving this community. And so that is part of why this organization was at the top of the list, is because of your visionary leadership and because of the passion that you bring. And also because of the work that you do. For me, what this organization represents is it's about transforming lives and about transforming the lives of people who would then go on to transform this community. Some people look at Canoga Park and they see statistics. They see poverty. They see unemployment. They see people who struggle to access health care and social services. But what I've noticed about ACE is that this is an organization that sees opportunity, that sees talent, that sees extraordinary young people that live in this community that have the difference, that have the capacity to make a difference, and understand that with resources, those extraordinary young people can overcome the challenges, can overcome the barriers that they face in their lives. And by transforming themselves, that they're going to be able to transform their community. And so for me, this investment that I was so proud to secure in the state budget, this $500,000, for me, it's an investment in this facility, but it's really an investment in the young people of Canoga Park. It's about strengthening them so that they can strengthen this community and strengthen our West San Fernando Valley community. So it's such a privilege to be here and to support this organization. Before we do the fun of actually presenting the check, unfortunately, this one doesn't actually cash. There's no routing number, so we're going to have to get you the real one, but we're good for it. The state's got the money. But before we present this check, I do want to invite up a few very special people to share words, and at the very top of that list is the extraordinary founder and leader, a real visionary, Michelle Fuentes-Miranda.
Oh, wow. I am like fighting back tears. This is so exciting. And just, Assemblymember, thank you so much. On behalf of the entire ACE family, we welcome you and our special guests and the media that are here today that are going to be able to tell the story about this beautiful partnership that we have with the Assembly member, with our community, and about the great work that ACE does. ACE was founded in 2013, and what started out as a dream turned into a passion-filled mission to empower our communities. The truth is the same for the participants that ACE serves and its families. They too have a dream for a healthy, stable, and thriving future. That dream led them to ACE's doors, where they began their journey of transformation and healing. This year marks ACE's 8th year of serving the West San Fernando Valley. And since its inception, ACE has worked with over 1,000 marginalized individuals and their families. ACE provides education, workforce development, job placement, community intervention, peacekeeping, counseling, individual case management, and comprehensive support services through our youth build, gang reduction, youth development, mentoring, parenting education, and sector reentry programs. In addition to serving participants and families, we're also committed to addressing social justice issues through the intentional integration of social justice reform practices in all levels of programming, facilitation of peace treaties, leading peace marches, and holding community engagement events. We empower our participants and our community to use their voice and be agents of change through community action projects where they've raised awareness and promoted active community engagements in homelessness, global warming, gun violence, minority health disparities, refugee and immigration reform issues. ACE firmly believes that it is critical to promote civic engagement and empower individuals to play an active role in their community. Through their partnership and our community commitments, they have enacted local and broad systemic change. Now let's bring it home to the ACE home. During this pandemic, our world and community has been impacted, and so was ACE. We found ourselves with an increasing community demand and need for ACE's services, while also facing an increase in facility rents. With the faithful support of our Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel, the Councilmember Bob Blumenfeld, community, family, and friends, ACE was able to purchase a home of its own. Now this home gives ACE the roots and stability to ensure ACE's ability to continue to serve our community for years to come. So now that we acquired a building, we were faced with the challenge of how to ensure that this facility is safe, inclusive, and accessible to all. And that's when the Assembly member came to the rescue yet again. And so, through his advocacy, his commitment, he's worked towards ensuring that marginalized communities have the resources to overcome barriers and thrive. He's been instrumental in bringing forth legislation that has provided better opportunities for individuals impacted by homelessness, eviction, food insecurity, gun violence, elderly support services, I got a long list, people, hate crime, consumer protection, domestic violence, police reform, access to higher education, and that's just for starters, right? Many of ACE participants and their families have been impacted by these very same issues. We're so grateful to the Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel for his advocacy in securing $500,000 for our new home so we can continue to combat these issues together. These funds will have an impact on so many individuals. Individuals like a young man that I'm going to be inviting up to speak, Gerardo Vega. Mr. Vega is a young man that embodies ACE's core values of resilience, unity, transformation, and hope. He has overcome monumental challenges and is an inspiration to his peers, his community. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Gerardo Vega.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gerardo Vega. I'm a participant of ACE's Grid and Ruth Youth Build program. I just wanted to thank you guys for having me here and allowing me to share my journey and experience with you guys. I first arrived in ACE in 2017 after nearly spending almost a year and a half out of school. My sister was a former student at Ruth Youth Build, so my mom thought it would be a good idea, to enroll me. When I first got here, I envisioned it as all my past experience, same thing, different day, like nothing would change. But as the years continued to go by, I started to realize that these people were not giving up on me after I gave up on myself countless of times. With their support and network here, it led me to join the GRID, the Game Reduction Youth Development Program, where I was able to set some goals for myself and getting a job and to giving back to my community, where that landed me in the 2019 Mayor Eric Garcetti's Summer Night Lights program, where I got the opportunity to learn more and give back to my community. Being able to provide my community with free resources, it made a huge impact on myself because it inspired me to try to help others and inspire. Continuing to stay committed to my education and growth, it only opened up more opportunities for me, such as the Career Pathways program, where I was able to partake 150 hours of hands-on training, renovating and building affordable housing, with the chance to receive my OSHA 10 and NCCR certifications. All this opened up even more opportunities in a 240-hour internship as a assistant construction trainer. This helped me make career and life goal choices, deciding to take on the career in the construction trade. Given every chance and opportunity I took at ACE, just like water cleanses and refreshes all creatures without judgment, I felt like ACE was a water and fresh refreshment for me. In all honesty, I feel like this grant would only open more resources and opportunities for young people like me to grow and flourish positively and reaching their full potential. I wanted to thank everyone for being able to provide me with these resources and opportunities. I am now currently working on receiving my diploma in this December, as well as getting ready to take the next step into my career as a PV solar installer trainee. Thank you, guys.
Let's give one more hand for Mr. Vega up here. That was a good speech. So the example of resilience that we have here, the example of not giving up on yourself, not giving up on your community, and then empowering yourself to give back to your community, and what you talked about, the work that you're doing, not just about you, but about everybody around you. That, I think, is why this organization is so powerful. So Mr. Vega, on behalf of the legislature of the state of California, I wanted to present you with this special recognition. We are so impressed with everything you've done. More than that, we are excited about your future. We're excited to see what you do. We're excited to witness all the great things we know you're going to do for this community. So I want to present you with this special certificate of recognition. And let's give one more big round of applause for Mr. Vega here. Right here? You can hold it. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was great. All right. One more round of applause. Yeah. Now my privilege to call up one of our partners in public service, and that is the District Director for Congressman Brad Sherman, the one and only Scott Abrams.
Well, thank you, Assemblymember. My name is Scott Abrams, District Director for Congressman Brad Sherman, and I'm really here to thank and congratulate ACE and our Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel. You know, it speaks volumes about Assemblymember Gabriel that he had the thought that this is a priority of the state of California, to invest here in this community with this cause of empowering and transforming the lives of youth. It also speaks volumes about the relationships you've built in that 3 years that you've talked about, where you've identified the needs of the community so adeptly. So thank you for the work you're doing here to change lives. You know, Congressman Sherman is focused in Washington on recovering from this pandemic and finding the needs in the community as well. That's why we're working on issues like the child tax credit, the stimulus payments, the unemployment assistance, all the needs here in this community. And we know that ACE is a partner in that, and they're changing lives. And when I attend an event like this, I think about the word choices. I think about the choices we make as a state of California, who to invest in. And again, the Assembly member chose to find funds for this organization. He's to be commended for that. I think about Michelle and the choices you made in your life to work on this organization, to grow it, and to find a path forward to use these funds for the future. And I think about the choices that Mr. Vega's made in saying, I'm going to be a partner in this. I'm going to change my own life. I'm going to step up. I'm going to attend these programs. That's not easy. So I just want to thank everyone for the work you're doing here, from the state of California to on the ground here to the Mr. Vegas of this world who are going to be the future of our community. We have a choice here in the San Fernando Valley about what our future is going to look like. And with ACE, I know that it's going to be a bright future. So, Michelle, I want you to come up here. I do have a special certificate for you. Michelle, on behalf of Congressman Brad Sherman, I want to present you with this certificate of special congressional recognition presented to Alliance for Community Empowerment in recognition of outstanding and invaluable service to the community. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and continue on. I think we have representatives here from Councilman Blumenfield's office.
Thank you, Assembly Member. Hi there, my name is Tim Glick. I am the Field Deputy for Canoga Park for Councilmember Bob Blumenfield. It's really wonderful to be here today. You know, hearing about all the various experiences that people have coming here to ACE and how it's helped transform their lives. And also just knowing how important receiving an education is, especially as someone who in my immediate family has 4 people who came to this country who did not have a GED, and they needed to go to ESL classes and also getting their GED. It's incredibly important. It changed all of their lives. And so being here today is really, really a wonderful honor for me. So I want to thank personally and on behalf of the council member, ACE, for everything they do. And I also commend Assemblymember Jesse Gabriel for his dedication, making sure that this wonderful organization has received this money and will be putting it to wonderful use. So I have a certificate here for ACE, and I would like to present it to you for your wonderful work. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim. The rooster was very inspired by your comments, so he's joining in as well, or she. So thank you to our partners in public service for also recognizing this extraordinary organization. And I guess I'll just I want to invite Mr. Vega back up onto the stage. I want to invite Leonel back up onto the stage as well, so we can do the honor of presenting the check. I guess that the one thing that I will say, just picking up on all of this, is, you know, I think about you, Michelle, and the story of your family, right? And your grandparents coming to this country as immigrants and working as farm workers, and how you were inspired by them to give back to the community. And now you're turning around and doing the same thing. And you are uplifting a bunch of incredibly talented young people in Canoga Park and helping them to understand and realize their full potential. People like Mr. Vega. And then he's going out into the community and spreading the love. And so it becomes this cycle of people empowering people and building a better community. And so the name, the Alliance for Community Empowerment, could not be better chosen, because that is what this is all about. And so it is just such an extraordinary pleasure for me as a member of the legislature. We don't have many opportunities to bring money back to the community. We really have to fight for it. But I felt in such a deep sense that this was the right organization to support. You know, this is a very diverse community that I represent, and there are extraordinarily affluent parts of my district, celebrities, some of the wealthiest people in the state of California, and then there are people that don't have the same access to resources, that have more barriers, that have more challenges. And I saw the work that ACE was doing to help youth overcome those barriers, to transform lives, and to transform communities. And that's why this organization was at the very top of the list for us in terms of fighting for resources. So we're going to go ahead and move this podium and present you with this very very big check, and we are just so delighted to see what you do with it and so delighted to continue to work and support you in all the extraordinary work you do. So one more big round of applause for Michelle and Ace.